During my long stretched out divorce, I felt like I was thrown into a world I didn't know how to handle. Getting out wasn't the rebuild. Understanding what I'd been through and learning how to function again as a man was. Everyone has advice on rebuilding. I have the footage. Here's a week from my rebuild and the lessons I learned from it. This week in my rebuild, I did it anyway, even though nothing had sorted itself out. Back then, Monday looked like dropping the kids off at school, coming home, pacing the garage, smoking a pack of cigarettes before 11 a.m. I'd stare at my phone, running the same arguments back over in my head, over and over, like one more time was going to change something that had already been done. Now Mondays look like getting the sessions done, no matter how I feel. That's progress. That's not a number. That's the standard now. This week in my rebuild, the old crap started up again, but I stopped it early. I caught myself going back over the same conversations, the same lines, the same questions, and instead of letting it run my day, I got up, I moved, and I put the day in front of me instead of behind me. I used to burn hours replaying that same moment over and over in my head, telling myself that I was thinking it through, but I wasn't getting anywhere. I was just burning time that I was never getting back. You don't sort it out by going over it, you just lose the day. This week on my rebuild, I went through the spending and asked myself why I kept doing it. Not on the account balance, not on the figures, but why I kept clicking buy on the stuff that I didn't need and I already knew wasn't going to do anything for me. 8 guitars I couldn't play, a running machine I bought with a broken ankle, boxes showing up at the door that I already knew were empty before I opened them. I used to think that tracking it better would fix it, but it was never about the money. And until you call out what you're actually avoiding, it doesn't stop. Avoiding is expensive. This week on my rebuild, I stayed quiet on the phone with Ava and I knew it was the right call. She told me laughing that her mum had told her again that I used to abuse her. And she was laughing because she's heard it so many times, it's now become a joke. I wanted to say something. I wanted to give her my side of the story, but I didn't. I used to think staying quiet meant losing. But the second you start explaining adult shit to your kids, you stop being their father and you start recruiting them into something that they had nothing to do with. Kids don't need the story. They need stability. This week in my rebuild, I worked out that nobody actually ever told me to stop. There was no rule, there was no conversation where anything got banned. I just stopped doing the things I liked because every time I did them, there was a comment, a look, silence, and just enough to make me feel like I was being selfish. And after a while, it just gets easier to drop all the things you like than to deal with what came after. I thought I was making my own choices. I wasn't making choices at all. I was just doing whatever it kept to keep the house quiet and telling myself that was normal. Nobody took anything from me. I handed it over bit by bit without even knowing I was doing it. This week in my rebuild, I got on the bike and I rode out, and for the first time in a while, the weekend actually felt like a weekend. Because on Friday, I dealt with everything that needed doing. I sent the invoices, I returned the calls, and I sorted all the stuff out that I'd been putting off all week. And that's why Saturday morning felt different. I used to spend the whole weekend knowing I'd left things undone, telling myself Monday was soon enough. And those things would just keep coming into my head all weekend. This week, I finished it on Friday. This week in my rebuild, I kept my recovery simple. Saturday's long ride flushed out the legs and they felt good.
So I went for a walk. I did a bit of a stretch. I drank plenty of water. I played with my dogs and I texted my kids. Oh, and I lost 1.4 kilograms this week.